Hi, welcome back to our new episode from the
Ihr
Uboat
Verbindungsoffizier, um die Befehle vom BDU weiterzuleiten.
missions.
Wie kann ich Ihnen behilflich sein?
We
Dies
are
sind
very
aktuelle
close to end
Einsatzbefehle vom
the
BDU. Streng
Norwegian
geheim.
campaign. Okay, so we still have a couple of days left. This is the last objective to be done. So we will take the sector A and 4. It's quite near, and we should be able to find some convoy and then finish it off. The whole, for the objective and the whole campaign.
Benötigen Sie, Herr Offizier? Sehen Sie sich die Lagerbestände an.
We are ready, so let's move to the sector.
Halbe Fahrt voraus! Kurs setzen! Kurs setzen!
Currently it's May 29th, it's morning 8:32, so we should be out of the port in the ocean around 12 o'clock, maybe a bit later, and we will just proceed to the sector, which is not that far away. Our discipline is completely gone, because the crew is completely tired already. We did not have any rest for a long time, and since this campaign window for Norway is closing in 10 days, on the 11th, June 10, so we are going to have no rest at all and just going from one mission to another as soon as we can. As soon as this is finished, we'll do one more for Atlantic theater operations to get finally new boat upgrade point, and then we switch from the Type 2D to the next bigger upgrade. And then while switching to the new U-boat and restocking and everything, we'll also give the crew vacation time. But for now, the last mission from the Norwegian campaign. just realized that we have 5 reputation points. Okay, but there is one project already running. Improved. Alright, so we have to wait 2 days, 22 hours to finish this task, and then we will assign a new one, because we have currently quite a lot of reputation points. Perfect. And we are very close to the 6th one. Alright, so discipline is completely gone.
Wir wurden von einem nahegelegenen U-Boot über ein mögliches Ziel in diesem Gebiet informiert. Patrouillengebiet erreicht. Funktelegramm gesendet.
Alright, so we reached our sector area, and we also received a message from U100. So let's check. We saw a convoy BF 332 48. Quite slow. 332 BF 332, so it was there between France and England, and it was going 2-3 something, so probably away. Okay, alright, it's still far from our location, so let's do a quick visual check. It's a bright day. It's 10 in the morning, 10:44. Sorry, 9:44. So we will check visually if we see any contact. If not, then we will continue with the hydrophone check.
Herr Kaloy, wir haben unsere Position erreicht.
So let's do hydrophone check. Oops, so let's do hydrophone
Tauchen
check.
auf 50 Meter. Horchraum besetzen.
Ich könnte etwas Hilfe gebrauchen.
Jawohl, ich kümmere mich darum. Auf E-Motoren wechseln.
contact, so we'll continue our second main corridor around there. If we pick up anything around there, 100 miles an hour.
Kurs setzen.
Natürlich, Herr Kapitän.
Einschalten.
Zielposition erreicht.
Let's try to do a quick visual check. We still have some light, some daylight. There was nothing on our starboard side, our right side. We are now checking our stern, which is our back. And there seems to be no contact as well. Now we are slowly moving to our port side. We are already at the port side, which is our left. Alright, so hydrophone check again.
Tauchen auf 35 Meter. Horchraum besetzen.
Ich könnte etwas Hilfe gebrauchen.
Auf E-Motoren wechseln.
Aktuelle Tiefe 35 Meter.
Tanks anblasen.
Alright, so no contact again. We will move over there another 100 miles.
Kurs
Somewhere in
setzen.
between these two main
Jawohl, Herr
corridors.
Kaloin.
Check if we catch any contacts there.
30 Meter.
10 Meter.
Auf Dieselmotoren wechseln. Elektrokompressor einschalten. Lenzpumpe einschalten.
Herr Kaloin, wir sind auf. Jawohl, Herr Kaloin.
So we are not seeing any visual contact. We will have to perform hydrophone check again.
Tauchen auf 35 Meter. Horchraum besetzen.
Ja,
Aktuelle Tiefe 5
Auf
Meter.
E-Motoren wechseln.
35 Meter.
Tanks anblasen.
They are currently more than 2 days at sea, more than 2.5, and we haven't seen any enemy convoy or a ship or anything, so we'll continue
30
100
Meter.
miles there to
Wird
maybe be in
erledigt,
the
Herr
middle of
Kaloin.
these two main corridors. And if there are any ships going north to Narvik, they could be also going through this sector, so let's do one more check there.
10 Meter.
Elektrokompressor einschalten. Lenzpumpe einschalten. Auf Dieselmotoren wechseln.
Herr Kaloin, wir sind aufgetaucht.
Alright, so the task for the improved toilet is finished. And let's check if there is any meaningful... Alright, so I see this one is very powerful when we will switch to the bigger U-boat, so this will be snorkels. We have 5 points, this costs 4. Definitely will use Uboat to perform this task. It will take 24 days. Yeah, 24 days, so, and then we should have this very good upgrade for any Type 7 U-boat.
Herr Kaloin, wir haben unsere Position erreicht.
Already 3 days, 7 hours at sea. Let's check some visual contacts first. And hopefully we'll catch up with the convoy or something. Very quick visual check, but we see no contacts at all. Right, so we'll do hydrophone check again.
Tauchen auf 50 Meter. Horchraum besetzen.
Ich könnte etwas Hilfe gebrauchen.
Bestätige. Auf E-Motoren wechseln. Aktuelle Tiefe 50 Meter.
Alright,
Tanks
we're unlucky again. So let's move 100 miles this direction, maybe we'll catch something again. Or there.
Kurs setzen. 45 Meter.
Aktuelle Tiefe
Auf
25
Dieselmotoren
Meter.
wechseln. Elektrokompressor einschalten. Lenzpumpe einschalten.
Herr Kaloin, wir haben unsere Position erreicht. Herr Kaloin, wir sind aufgetaucht.
No visuals.
Tauchen auf 35 Meter. Horchraum besetzen.
Ich könnte etwas Hilfe gebrauchen.
Jawohl, ich kümmere mich darum.
35 Meter.
We have quite a long range currently, but we are still unable to pick any contact. So I'm not sure where they are currently going through, but we will move 100 miles there anyway to check again. Or maybe there to have a better view on our sector.
Kurs setzen. 40 Meter. Anblasen!
Aktuelle Tiefe 20 Meter.
Motoren wechseln. Elektrokompressor einschalten. Lenzpumpe einschalten.
Now the weather is foggy, I will do a very quick visual check, but I don't really be able to see anyone in such a fog. Makes no sense. Just check weather from
Tauchen auf 35 Meter. Horchraum besetzen.
Ich benötige hier etwas Unterstützung. Betrachten Sie es als
Auf
erledigt, Herr
E-Motoren
Kapitän.
wechseln.
35 Meter.
Tanks anblasen.
5 Meter.
Auf Dieselmotoren wechseln.
Herr Kaloin, wir sind aufgetaucht.
Lenzpumpe einschalten. Elektrokompressor einschalten.
Wir wurden von einem nahegelegenen U-Boot
This
über ein
may
mögliches
be
Ziel in
important
diesem
from
Gebiet informiert.
U-99. There's a convoy 729, we should be quite close to us. Okay, only one destroyer and 5 merchants, so this is definitely worth following. Northwestern course AN 729, so AN 729 there, northwest, so they are going around the coast, northwest, so going probably around the coast, so either to this port, that port, or around the UK, but we definitely will intercept them, and they will be most likely in our sector anyway soon. So let's go 100 miles there and check if we will be able to
Koordinaten setzen.
pick them up. Let's finish the turn and we will still perform one hydrophone check in this location. We did it there, we already moved a couple of hours away, now it's already 4 days and a half, no contacts yet. The first possible contacts are coming in, closing in, so let's do hydrophone
35 Meter.
and then we'll continue.
Horchraum besetzen.
Aktuelle Tiefe 5 Meter.
Motoren wechseln.
40 Meter.
Tanks anblasen.
20 Meter.
Auf Dieselmotoren wechseln. Elektrokompressor einschalten. Lenzpumpe einschalten.
Zielposition erreicht.
Tauchen auf 35 Meter. Horchraum besetzen.
Herr Kaloin, wir sind
There is a
aufgetaucht.
storm, but
Auf
hopefully they are
E-Motoren
close enough,
wechseln.
because the range is very limited in the storm and there is like a lot of noise from the surface.
Aktuelle Tiefe 20 Meter. 40 Meter.
Alright, so we missed them. They'll continue there, like 40 miles max. Or there.
Kurs setzen. Bestätige. Tanks anblasen. Auf Dieselmotoren wechseln. Elektrokompressor einschalten.
Right, so now we'll turn to the coast,
Zielposition
and as soon as we are turned,
Herr Kaloin,
we do hydrophone check.
Tauchen auf 35 Meter. Horchraum besetzen.
Already over 5 days and no contacts inside or in hydrophone range.
Auf E-Motoren wechseln.
35 Meter.
Alright, so now we have at least something. This is several, so this could be our... Right, so currently these are
40 Meter.
fast. So we cannot intercept them. So we'll move around there and do hydrophone check
Kurs
again.
auf diese Koordinaten setzen.
Now we have second one.
Kurs setzen.
Alright, so this one is catchable, so let's do that.
35 Meter.
They are around here at the moment and they are going there. So maybe they are going to the port. So let's try to intercept around here.
Kurs auf diese Koordinaten setzen. Kurs auf diese Koordinaten setzen.
Aktuelle Tiefe 40 Meter.
Anblasen!
Already, so no contacts for 5 days and now we have two groups. One somewhere there, not catchable, and the other one we have at least some whereabouts and some
20 Meter.
possible direction. So they can still turn north or they can just arrive at the port. We will see if we can catch them.
Auf Dieselmotoren wechseln. Elektrokompressor einschalten. Letzpumpe einschalten.
Herr Kanoy, wir sind aufgetaucht.
Alright, so if there is anything in front, we should be able to see them visually already. Quick visual check. But I will also fill the galley because we are maybe already quite low. Still good, but let's fill it up. The sea is quite calm, so not much wind, which is very good. This is the port already, or the buildings around it. Alright, so we have some smoke there, so they just passed the port and went north. Perfect, so we'll switch directly to this position, to this course.
Kurs 271
Still
Grad.
perform the visual check, like finalize it. Alright, so we currently see finally after more than 5 days at sea without any contact at all. We currently see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 smokes or smoke, funnel smoke. So that's very good for us. If there is only one destroyer, this is the same convoy as was reported by U-99, which we are very glad they did. Then there should be only one destroyer. Most likely it is either leading ship or maybe maybe the central ship in the convoy. So approaching from the back shouldn't be an issue. Should be quite safe. So I assume it's this one is the destroyer, my assumption, but we will see when we get there. Maybe there is even one more in front which we currently do not see. But luckily we are already able to at least see some enemy ships inside. We have current speed of 10 knots, so if they are going 5 up to 7, we should catch with them quite soon. I will double check on the map what's like the coast, because the coast is already there, so if they are copying the coast, most likely, or just going straight for another one, we will see soon. And let's see from the map view how it looks like. their possible course, and possible destination, and then we can already start with engagement. They're currently over there, so definitely they will move north, so we will also move north around
Kurs
20
setzen.
miles, and then we will see if the crew will report anything inside or not. And maybe we'll even engage from the side, or technically from the front if we get there.
Schornsteinrauch, kleine Gruppe, Peilung, 295 Grad.
Alright, so we see at least 5, maybe 6 of them. I will double check visually. Again, where they are at the moment. There are at over 302 up to 288. So they are slightly in front of our port side. Alright, so we see... That's a bit tricky. Looks like 2 of them, but maybe just 1. That's the last one. It's currently going to get darker soon. Okay, it's already 3rd of June. We have only until 10th of June the window, so we should react fast. But we are lucky that this was reported to us. Okay, so there is 1, possibly 2 there. There is 1 there definitely. This one is more further away, which we do not see. There is 1 there. Do we see any destroyer? Nope, I do not. Alright, so since there is like a flag, oh sorry, mast, so this is Empire, what was it name? Empire Explorer type, most likely, that's the merchant. This is then the long one, so it's, and we do not see if there are any towers or not, so it could be tower or bell class. But there may be 1 behind. We'll see when we come close. So this one is unknown. And with this one I'm confused. Looks like 2 because there are like also 2 sources of smoke. Maybe there are like 2 of them, but 1 there and another one there. Yeah, looks like there are 2 enemy ships at the end, and none of them looks like a destroyer. So if we are completely lucky, then the destroyer is already gone. Maybe they engaged one EU-99. Alright, so I will give orders to follow the funnel smoke and get the expected interception course on them. We'll start with the leading one at 301. It's this one. It's an Empire Explorer class. most likely this one, so let's
Kurs auf
calculate.
diese Koordinaten setzen.
Alright, so 16 miles from now we should be on interception course already. Alright, let's try. We should see them any moment now in the vicinity of our crew. Okay, 2 tankers, 1 freighter for now. Alright, so again, 2 tankers, 1 freighter for now, and then we still see 2 more smokes. So let's double check visually. That's the coast already. There we see Dale, most likely Dale 1, with the second Dale probably behind it. These are the last trailing ships. So there are 2 Dale tankers, very good from the tonnage perspective. This is probably Bell class. We do not see towers, we do not see the third mast. This is mainly the Bell class, and then we have 2. Oh, this is another tanker. This is another tanker, definitely. This is the Explorer class, the first one. So we should maybe even be able to start our engagement with the Empire Explorer class enemy merchant ship. We will fire a torpedo. Then the rest could slow down. We should be able to intercept faster, all of them. We could still use the machine gun, but this will take a lot of effort and a lot of time to bring them all 5 of them down. So we will probably use all 5 torpedoes one by one. And yeah, that would be the fastest way, because it's already 3rd June evening. It's already 7:30 PM. And we will probably finish with all 5 of them around, not before 8, not before 9 probably. And if they will have really, if they take so long to sink as last time, it will be already midday next day. Yeah, so I believe we should start, we already see 4 of them. So 2 freighters, 2 tankers for now. This should be a tanker. This is at 291, yeah, that's correct. That's the freighter at 287, yes. And then we have 2 tankers again, so I do not see any enemy warship, so now we have 5. 3 tankers, 2 freighters, perfect. That is like unguarded convoy, unescorted. So just the, technically not the convoy, it's just the merchant ships, a small group. Alright.
Jawohl, ich kümmere mich darum. Ich benötige Ihre Unterstützung. Folgen Sie mir. Alles klar, ich werde mich darum kümmern.
We're already maintaining our torpedoes, we started the process. I will double check visually if we see anything. What could technically go wrong is that if they will radio, the aircraft could be here any moment, because there is already coast quite close. So I'm not sure where they have airfields, but they could be in the air technically very soon. Alright, we know what to do, so we just start calculating the torpedo course and start the first engagement point. Hopefully we'll hit at least one. From our angle, any ship could be hit, because if the torpedo will turn slightly away from the initial course, then it should be still able to hit any of them from the side, which should be a serious damage. This one is Empire Explorer, so let's set it. Do we get the information about the speed already from the U-99. So the destroyer was either damaged, sank, or destroyed, or they were pushing U-99. Maybe got stuck with the search for them, and then maybe they just abandoned the convoy and entered the base. So either it's very positive for our current situation that we have 5 steamers, no escort. Alright, so we do not have a speed, so our speed calculation would be around... Let's stop and let's measure, maybe we'll be lucky enough to
Alle Maschinen stopp!
get some information from that. Expectation is 7. There are tankers, so I would say 7 or 8. Oh, no,
Aktualisieren.
7.
Gegnerfahrt 7. Knoten. Aktualisieren. Gegnerlage 9. 0. Bug rechts.
Torpedorohr 2 gewartet.
Alright, so if this is true, then we cannot fire yet because this is the
Entfernung
limit
6,
for our torpedo.
5, 1. 4 Meter.
Alright, that's unrealistic, so let's do 7 for now.
Halbe Fahrt voraus.
But let's come closer.
Zu Befehl, Herr Kommandant.
They're working with the torpedo into 3, the middle one. Yeah, the stress level started because the discipline is completely gone for a long time already. So any situation like this, the crew is already stressed out. Right, so it seems everything is maintained, ready, and we just have to get closer. We are already in front of them, except the one Empire Explorer 286, 285.
Jawohl, ich kümmere mich darum.
Alright, so we have Empire Explorer. Most likely not the Dale
Zeit,
class.
unseren Mut zu testen, Männer.
We have been spotted already. Alright, so they should slow down and maybe call for support, aerial support. But this is all class, because there is the long chimney, the Dale class is the short one. And the Var class is the front. Whereas one's facing front and one facing end. These are both facing front. So this is the whole class. And then we have another freighter there, which is Bell class. There are no towers.
Feuer an Deck.
What fire on deck? Is there any friendly U-boat around? What's going on? So there is no fire here. Oh, there. No fire there. Okay. So there is probably another U-boat inside, which could... Alright, so they are hitting them hard already. Let's check if we see them. There should be our convoy, but alright. We do not see any U-boat now, or at least not now. Alright, so one is completely burning down. We lost chance to intercept these two. So we have to fast react and try to engage the first at least 2 or 3 of them. Alright, let's do that.
Aktualisieren.
Speed is reduced because of their
Geschwindigkeit
maneuvers.
5 Knoten. Aktualisieren. Entfernung zum Ziel 3, 2, 6, 1 Meter. Rohr 1, bewässern. Kurs 2, 3, 2 Grad. Los!
Alright, so we are fighting one already and turning to them.
Die Besatzung evakuiert das Schiff. Aktualisieren. Entfernung 4, 7, 7, 5 Meter.
It came as a surprise, so we are hunting the same convoy. Maybe it's a U-99 as well. Yeah, so one is maybe... Yeah, one is getting water in and the second one is like almost gone.
Melden Sie mir die aktuelle Tiefenmessung.
I hope they won't
Tiefe unter
take
Kiel,
all the kills,
4 Meter.
because then we'll have to search for another one. Oh, I was afraid this is already like a fire or something. But it's just the reflection. So one torpedo was fired at the Empire Explorer. And now we'll try to fire one for this all-class tank. As soon as the first one is hit, then we should get to that one soon enough. Maybe the U-boat will try to finish the second tanker. Alright, so this is going to count almost 7,000, currently 6.2, so one more hit. If we hit this one, then one more, and we should be good to go, because we have 7,000 target. Let's see if the torpedo hits.
Der Torpedo ist auf halbem Weg.
Wir wurden entdeckt.
Wir wissen, wie es geht. Drehen wir den Spieß gegen diese Jäger um.
They are slightly
Rohr 1 geladen.
facing towards us, so hopefully the torpedo will not appear that.
Ja, Herr Kaloy, ich kümmere mich darum.
Alle Maschinen, stopp!
Alright, so tankers at the end, yeah, this one is already sunk. We are already radioing it, but it wasn't our hit, so we cannot take full advantage, and it also won't count our tonnage
Funktelegramm gesendet.
target. This one is already getting water, so we should be able to finish this one off if it reaches us. If it reaches us, but first we have to deal with
40
like
Sekunden
with
bis
all of them
Torpedo
one by one.
Einschlag.
Now it's a not bad angle.
30 Sekunden. Die Besatzung evakuiert das Schiff.
Right, so the other tanker is already evacuating. They were getting water in.
20 Sekunden. Zehn Sekunden bis Einschlag. Feindliches Schiff getroffen.
So we hit it.
Torpedorohr 2 gewartet. Ja, Herr Kaloin, ich kümmere mich darum.
They seem to stop. Yes, it seems like. So we'll now focus on this all class.
Halbe Fahrt voraus.
Anchor.
Schussunterlagen aktualisieren. Winkel 7, 7. Bug rechts. Rohr 1 bewässern.
Rohr 1 bewässert.
Los!
Alright, I did not wait for the Panther to evacuate, but they are close enough, so if they will evacuate until the torpedo will reach half, then it should be fine. If not, then maybe we will hit the one twice, which is unfortunate.
Torpedorohr 3 gewartet.
Alle Maschinen stopp.
We will stop now not to attract our torpedo back at us. So this one is already evacuated. There is a small lifeboat around it. And that's definitely true because the tanker is not operable anymore. This one we will hit hopefully soon, but now we are focusing on the tanker, all class. Where is it? Here. And then in front of it. Alright, so we have one Sea Wolf, Ulrich May, which is very good news. I will immediately react. So this is Ulrich. So it's the one guy here. You see there is already the Sea Wolf symbol next to him. So we will give him a specialization already. He will be silent running specialist, so this means that each cell with the specialization decrease overall crew made noise by 5%. This is very good if we are hiding from the enemy warships under... Okay, so now the crew of the Empire Explorer evacuated. So this is definitely going to be him. First one which is already specialized and already a sea wolf, which is like very, very good news for the future operations. Alright, so let's distinguish him. So he will be silent operator, which I typically assign this black half. Was it the black one which I did most of the time? I think. Yeah, so let's give him a black sweater, and then also the sailor's cap is now going to be the side cap, and then we will definitely know that this is already a skilled one, sea wolf. And he's also a cook. Good. Alright, so we have first one. They evacuated the the ship. Okay, what could happen now if the
Sie
torpedo...
gehen unter!
Alright, so they are gone. The torpedo could be somewhere already close, so hopefully it will not hit Empire Pilgrim anymore. Alright, so we have first kill, as I said, 6,293 points, so just one more hit and then we are completely fine with our target.
Funktelegramm gesendet.
So, I think we did fire a torpedo. Let me double check away. Yeah, we said fire a couple of minutes ago, but the torpedo is not yet there. Right, a bit strange situation. But let's wait a tiny bit more. If they will report something like a couple of, like 40 seconds, 30 seconds and so on. I think the speed is now much higher than 5. We are probably drifting away from our course, so that's why we cannot measure it for now. Alright, so they are already gone from the war efforts with all the cargo. Where is our third freighter or second freighter? This is so they hit it all. Okay. Because then we'll only... Yes, so that's... Or did we hit... No, we didn't. Pursue the tanker.
Äußerste Kraft voraus. Kurs 3, 0, 1 Grad.
Hopefully the torpedo won't turn on us. On the T5. Or on the Allied U-boat, because this would be end of our career.
Schlussunterlagen aktualisieren. Geschwindigkeit 8 Knoten. Schlussunterlagen aktualisieren. Lage 1, 0, 4. Rechts. Entfernung zum Ziel 2, 0, 9, 2 Meter. Rohr 1 bewässern.
Rohr 1 bewässert.
Schlussunterlagen aktualisieren. Gegnerlage 9, 7. Rechts. Aktualisieren. Entfernung 2, 0, 9, 2 Meter. Los! Die Besatzung evakuiert das Schiff.
Yes, so they are evacuating the Empire Depchik. Both are already sunken.
Höhenbruch! Sie sinken!
Or we hit it. Alright, so we hit it by our T5. Perfect. I was not aware of that. I was not even paying attention. So maybe... Okay, we were handling the Ulrich. I think it was Ulrich. So we just have to catch up with the tanker. But we are already done with the mission. It's just going to have this one as a bonus. And we pick sailor, I mean the survivors, we pick whatever we can find from the like wreckages, all of them. And then we return home and we should close the Norwegian campaign finally.
Ich benötige hier etwas Unterstützung. Alles klar. Ich werde mich darum kümmern.
Der Torpedo ist auf halbem Weg. Alle Maschinen stopp!
Right, so let's stop and not attract T5 on us. And let's maybe try to... we won't be able to measure the distance, the speed most likely, but let's try. I will assign our mechanic to the rudder control, so maybe he could help with the drift.
Sekunden bis Torpedo-Einschlag.
This is not measurable.
30 Sekunden! 20 Sekunden! 10 Sekunden bis Einschlag. Fehlschuss!
Alright, so we missed, but then the torpedo still can't turn back at it. If not, then we will fire one more soon enough. But I need to see the impact of the torpedo somewhere.
Feindliches Schiff
Alright,
getroffen!
so it was hit.
Äußerste Kraft voraus!
So the other Dale tanker was already sunk. Yeah. So we only get 100 German marks for that. Because it wasn't done by us. So this is like 1, 2, 3, 4 somewhere there, and the 5th one there, so like 1 by 1. Not bad, but unfortunately not all ours. Not all of them are ours. We have 3 of them. Tanker, Empire Explorer and Empire Bell. And then 2 other tankers are another U-boat.
Kurs auf diese Koordinaten setzen. Halbe Fahrt vor Alarm beenden.
have Olda in front of us. Olda class. Or all class.
Jawohl, ich kümmere mich darum. Wie lauten Ihre Befehle, Herr Kaloin?
Auf dieses Schiff zielen!
We are going to speed it up. They should sink faster.
Herr Kaloin, wir befinden uns in flachen Gewässern.
Alle Maschinen stopp! Kleine Fahrt voraus! Alle Maschinen stopp! ...90 Grad. Backbord.
Ich könnte etwas Hilfe gebrauchen. Jawohl, ich kümmere mich darum.
Kurs 1. 3, 8 Grad.
Could be a bit dangerous because this is a tanker, so we will just back up or back
Halbe
off
Fahrt
immediately.
zurück. Große
Or we
Fahrt
should go
voraus.
because we're already turning, so we should go just away. Tanker can explode.
Ich könnte etwas Hilfe gebrauchen.
AK voraus. Kleine Fahrt voraus. Alle Maschinen stopp.
So they managed to extinguish the fire.
Langsame Fahrt zurück.
Alright, so no airplanes were called in, not yet at least. It's just like 8:30. This one is sinking already, so if it will sink, then we can start picking up survivors and what's left of them, and then also report back to the headquarters that this was sank, and then we can head home. Already June 1940.
kleine Fahrt zurück. Alle Maschinen, stopp! Halbe Fahrt zurück.
Ich könnte etwas Hilfe gebrauchen. Natürlich, Herr Kanoi.
Äußerste Kraft zurück. Alle Maschinen, stopp! Halbe Fahrt zurück.
I'm still worried about explosion of this tanker. There's still some fire. It's maybe already extinguished.
Alle Maschinen, stopp!
But they are taking the longest time from all 5 of these to sink.
Melden Sie mir die aktuelle Tiefenmessung. Halbe Fahrt voraus. Äußerste Kraft zurück! Alle Maschinen AK voraus!
If they won't explode, this should help them to sink faster. Or us.
Alle Maschinen stopp!
This is not extinguishable anymore. Now I think they... How? Type to D. Yeah, now they explode. Hopefully they decide to abandon the ship so soon, so there will be at least some survivors.
Besatzung evakuiert das Schiff.
So at least they are evacuating the ship now. Perfect. Getting it as a bit closer than I would like to. Hopefully we won't be affected by the explosion. Let's move a tiny bit away.
Halbe Fahrt voraus.
Let's automatically finish with this ship. Yeah, it's quite close. So they have a captain and a mechanic, engineer. So we can move away.
Kurs 1,3,6 Grad.
Discipline was reset because we were successful, but now it's like really tanking again. It's currently 60 something. If it will sink all now finally, then maybe this will slightly be bumped up again. We see a couple of lifeboats and there's also a couple of things to maybe salvage. It's a massive smoke on the tanker, but they are still not. No, the record is gone. Strange.
Hüllenbruch, sie
Wow.
sinken.
Finally. So 4,000 German marks again.
Funktelegramm gesendet.
Couple of sailors there. I don't see. Yeah, okay, there's another group.
Kleine Fahrt voraus.
Welcome to our U-boat, guys. Just behave and you will be safe.
Kurs 167 Grad. Kurs 172 Grad.
Kleine Fahrt voraus. Kurs 171 Grad.
Welcome to our U-boat, colleagues. We will take you safely to the German port. We are safe now.
Halbe Fahrt voraus. Okay, so we already have 6 out of 6 survivors on our U-boat. I will just check what's left of the tankers, most likely just a crew. We will give them some supplies, sure they can directly see that they don't need any instruction from us. It's very close to the British coast, and then we just head home to close the Norwegian campaign completely. There seems to be mast from the tanker, so maybe one of them is, maybe both of them are not fully sunken. Sunk, I think so, sunk, yeah, sunk. So we should be careful not to hit the breakage again. Kleine Fahrt voraus.
Kurs 113 Grad. Halbe Fahrt voraus.
Alright, so we still have 2 torpedoes left. If we will find something on the way back, we can still intercept, but for now it's not needed anymore. We fulfilled the objectives of the Norwegian campaign. I think it was 5th or 6th mission. I think it was the 6th mission already.
Kurs auf diese Koordinaten setzen.
Yeah, there was a boost to the discipline because of the Olna tanker sank. And now we're going home, we are trying to keep the discipline higher, we are playing cards with the crew, we are cooking for them. But still the fatigue is so high, the crew just need rest.
Wir haben neue Befehle vom
Alright,
BDU
there is a
erhalten.
special message from our... Okay, it was mission number 20 from our headquarters. Whew, that's a hard one. This is a very valuable high frequency direction finder prototype is being transported by the Empire Outpost cargo ship headed to Cardiff, where it will undergo further testing. Sinking this ship will noticeably slow enemy progress in developing this technology. Estimated it's currently passing through the square Bf314 269, moving the colony traveling at speed of 6 knots. So this is quite slow. We have 10 knots on surface. So Bf314 269, 314 269. Okay, it's completely out of our reach. They're going to there, to Cardiff. They're already there, so we would have to, you know, unfortunately video that's, you know, Three one four. They are already here. Just going there, and we will have to go all the way around. Even though we are going 10 knots, but we will maybe engage them somewhere here. Maybe. But nope. Sorry. And we have only 2 torpedoes. It's part of the convoy. We could hit another ship. Unfortunately. I'm really sorry. We can't do that for now. Alright, we have a situation again. I believe it would be a cheese again, or was it? Is it something else? Nope. It's again cheese. Lucky us. I think I will exchange cheese with some different kind of food in the airport, but we will definitely. I will switch to the new.
Wir haben neue Befehle vom BDU erhalten.
Alright, it's like everything is important these days. Okay, so it's just the convoy update. They're already at 236, so they already moved a sector away. Just like we moved a bit. Nope. I'm really sorry. But that's my decision.
Wir haben neue Befehle vom BDU erhalten.
Yeah, so just updating the location of the convoy. Some other
Wir haben neue Befehle vom BDU erhalten.
some other U-boat has to take over this mission. If I could like cancel or say them that we can't do that,
but unfortunately it's not possible. So
Wir haben ein
can't recheck the
Funktelegramm vom
mission.
BDU erhalten.
We just have to ignore them for now. I think they will still like 5 more, or 2 more. Okay, discipline is low again.
Wir haben neue Befehle vom BDU erhalten.
Yes.
Herr Kaloin, wir befinden uns in flachen Gewässern.
Yes.
Wir haben ein Funktelegramm vom BDU erhalten.
Kurs auf diese Koordinaten setzen.
Herr Kaloin, wir befinden uns in flachen Gewässern. Mastenspitze, mittlere Gruppe, Peilung, 30 Grad.
Kleine Fahrt voraus.
Alright, so it's already 6th of June, so we have 4 days left for the Norwegian campaign, but this should be the last objective mission. We already have more than a week at sea. And we spent, I don't know, over 5 days just looking for any contact. So we, thanks to U-99, I believe, they helped us to locate one convoy, which they also helped us to destroy. So we only killed 3 out of 5 ships from the convoy.
Große Fahrt voraus.
Yeah, no orchestra, simple mission to patrol around the sector, so yeah, not much to do. Not much to be proud of, but we did manage well.
Kurs auf diese Koordinaten setzen.
I'm going to explain my decision to not pursue this Empire outpost with the prototype because it wasn't. Maybe we could have catch it, but it would have been like on edge, and with 2 torpedoes left on the small U-boat. Yeah, there are other U-boats around, so they could be asked for to continue with this task. Alright, so let's tell him.
Der PDU ist von Ihrer letzten Unternehmung sehr beeindruckt. Solide Arbeit, Herr Kommandant.
Yes, we did manage. Yeah, that's not fulfilled objective, but I had to decide. So we have sunk 3 enemy ships, 1 tanker, 2 freighters. Combined tonnage was almost 20,000 tons. Yeah, very good.
Was benötigen Sie, Herr Offizier? Sehen Sie sich die Lagerbestände an.
We just double check if we did manage. Yes, did manage. So our mechanic should have this kill torpedo crisis veteran. Let me double check on the crew view. Friedrich. Skills. Yeah, torpedo crisis veteran. Quick loading. And a matter of survival, yeah. All repair tasks are 10% faster. All torpedoes and mines are loaded 15% faster, and torpedoes are maintained. Okay, torpedoes maintained, but these officers are less likely to be Dutch, which is very important. It's like 20%, which is huge improvement. Perfect. Let's return the survivors now. Alright, so we already captured Norway, and we are already... Okay, we already have Netherlands, Belgium, Italy is on our side. Alright, Libya. Alright, doing well. Albania. We are currently at war with France. Directly. Okay, so we still have one campaign open, which is Atlantic Theater for now. We will restock the remaining parts of the food, I think it was only left.
Was benötigen Sie, Herr Offizier? Sehen Sie sich die Lagerbestände an.
Yeah, it's just a couple of more items. And then we are ready for the next mission. Also, the crew should be rested a bit. So they should have a bit higher morale. Yeah, they're at 100. I mean, discipline. They are still tired, like fatigue is still minus 40, but it does not count in the port. And I think we could ask if we can update our toilets. I think this was... No, this is not updatable on the small one. This we already have tier 2. This we already have tier 2 as well. No other special upgrades, like really useful one. Alright. So that's it for the short stream for now. I will probably come back later today. If not, then definitely tomorrow. So thank you for watching, subscribe. There will be like plenty more videos coming from this Second World War effort of the U-boat or Kriegsmarine in general, and then we will see how far we can get. We are still lucky, there is no crew member missing in action or killed in action. Currently we are still fully stuffed. Type 2D, I think this will be our last 2 mission. It was very reliable U-boat. We did achieve a lot of success with it. So I think we will take one more mission from the Atlantic Theater operations, which should give us opportunity to upgrade our Type 2D to Type 7, probably B. We will see what the headquarters will provide. Okay, so thanks for watching, and we catch up soon again.